Listen up, I've made a ton of terrible purchases in my teens and in my 20s. I'm only 21, I'm turning 22 soon, and I can tell you I've made a lot of mistakes. And I've accumulated over $8,000 in debt, almost close to $10,000, because I bought random stupid shit. So listen up, I will tell you what not to buy and what to buy. I'm not in debt anymore. I've paid my dues working shit jobs. And if you're wise enough, you will follow my advice so you don't have to work 8-hour, 12-hour shifts, waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work at 5. It's fucking terrible. So the first thing that I think is a waste of money is perishable food. Don't mix this up for going out and you have to get groceries. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about door dashing garbage ass food when you're hungry or lonely or sad or just getting in the habit of doing it. Because it adds up, even if you're making $100,000 a year. Trust me on this one, it adds up. When you're to a certain point, a certain echelon, sure, you can DoorDash food, but why would you do that when you can afford a chef who makes you fresh food, whole food? So don't waste your money on just garbage DoorDashing. It adds up. You underestimate the snowball effect of buying $10 Chipotle burritos every day. So take that first one with a grain of salt. The second thing you should not be buying is designer clothes. Personally for me, and personally for my target audience, I don't promote buying designer wear. I mean, sometimes you can find that cool piece where it's just like, yeah, I like this, okay, fine. But I just feel like designer wear is just a waste of money. I can see how it's an investment because it kind of holds its value. You can buy it and sell it. But honestly, it's just like clothes is the thing that I've found to be the worst money spender, the money waster in my own experience, in my own debts. Because I loved clothes, which goes on to my second point, clothes. A lot of people buy clothes because it's just addicting. At first, you want a new wardrobe, and then you want the best fitting, best looking piece. And like a lot of things in life, it's an infinite black hole of hedonism. H&M is always going to make new clothes. Zara is always going to make new clothes. Your favorite designer brands are always going to make new clothes. Apple is always going to make a new iPhone. It's an infinite rabbit hole. And if you find yourself chasing the next new thing, you're just a fucking pawn to these huge corporations. And that's why they're billionaires. Don't underestimate the billionaire mega companies, all the elites versus you. Like, they know how to toy you around and make you addicted, make you attracted to buying these things. So just buy the clothes that you need. Go on Pinterest, find an aesthetic you like, and start small. Buy a couple t-shirts, buy the basics, and go from there. Don't be going crazy. Be responsible. Because it's an infinite black hole that's it's purposefully crafted for you to be addicted, for you to want more, it's just like doing drugs, which is my next point. Drugs and alcohol, vape, whatever. That's the worst purchase. I don't fucking care who you are. That's just stupid. I talk to a lot of college buddies, and the college bars purposely mark up alcohol because they know you're gonna buy it. I don't know anything about alcohol. I don't drink. I've never had, never will. It's just not my cup of tea. My friends were saying they purposely mark up alcohol. It's like $10 for some little drink. They do that on purpose. And you go out every weekend, twice a week, 3 times a week. It shit adds up. It's a waste of fucking money. You're only funding just some cheap dopamine, just like with weed or fucking vape. Oh, well, I'm a little anxious. Oh, I'm a little sad. Let me just fucking dumbass. Like, you're just putting a band-aid over a fucking gash. Maybe I'll go more into that in another video, but I just want you to understand that that's just not a sustainable way of living. If you disagree with me, well, that's fine. Maybe you're not my target audience. Stop buying the new iPhone every year. It's fucking stupid. Apple does this on purpose, where they don't release the newest thing that they have designed. They want to slowly implement it into each iPhone. This is why sometimes the iPhone 14 isn't as cool or different as the 15, because they know your ass is going to buy it anyways. They've probably already designed the iPhone 17. They know how it's gonna look. But why would they release the iPhone 17 when they can just incrementally add the designs slowly to the iPhone 15 and 16, because this generates more money. It's a business. Like, be smart about this shit. And the interesting thing is when you buy an iPhone and you open it instantly, just like a car, which is also another item I wouldn't buy, it instantly degrades in value and price. So let's say I buy this iPhone for $1,500. I open it, $1,300. You lost $200 instantly. Of course, if you want to buy a new iPhone every 4 years, whatever, be smart, is what I'm saying, okay? And congruent with that, subscriptions is another thing that I think is a huge money waster. Whether you're subscribed to, God forbid, an OnlyFans or Netflix, whatever. Most of the time, we realize we're subscribed to things that are monthly subscriptions. We're just too lazy to unsubscribe from those things. Therefore, it's just like money out of our pockets. And that's the whole basis of subscription-based content. That's the dark side of it. It's a monthly reoccurring payment. And sometimes people hope you forget to cancel it because they know every single month, guaranteed, they'll be getting money from you. Anyways, if you're in a rut, if you watch Netflix daily for 3 hours, unsubscribe from that, or you're great or good. Because I'm just thinking of a version of you who's doing all the right things. There's an alternate universe, if you believe it or not, or an alternate reality where there's a version of you, present day, that's doing all the good habits. With that being said, I want you to think of all the bad habits you're doing. Write them down on a list, pause the video. Netflix for 3 hours, porn, video games. Now think to yourself, what would the good version of those look like? What can I replace that's fulfilling with those bad habits? What would the good version of me look like? What's the opposite of all the bad shit that I do? Think about that. That's a hard question. Unsubscribe from those garbage subscriptions. I know it's not that easy, but that's just the most surface level advice I can give you for this video. I'll go more in depth in another video. The last two I'm actually gonna say are good things. Maybe I should make a separate video on this. Let me know if you want that. It's investing in yourself, investing in your business. I think that's a really good way to rather spend money. And that's what I wish I rather invested my $8,400 in, instead of fucking Alexander McQueen shoes and random ASOS clothes and random bullshit. I don't even wear half of those clothes. But what I did do was I bought an expensive ass laptop with that money, which is investing in my business. And I bought some clothes, investing in myself. I believe that's very important. You have to look good. You have to find your aesthetic. You have to embody yourself, embody an image. And lastly, the most important thing that you can buy, and I think with the last 5 worst purchases that you can make in your 20s, I think you should sacrifice most of them, if not all, for this, which is experience. I want you to have some experience, but don't overdo it to where you're just addicted. A lot of people are like that, have the self-control. So spend money on experience, responsibly, calculated. Instead of door dashing, maybe you can go to a fancy restaurant with your friend or your girlfriend, just to test it out, see what it's like. One thing that me and my friends did was we went to Miami. A very nice spot. We got an Airbnb that was very nice. We were actually right next to like Fresh and Fit. They were like in the building next to us or something. It was really cool. And Tate was at the same hotel. He had like Tate Confidential in the same building. Anyways, that experience alone was worth like $1,000, $2,000 I spent on it. You gotta go out there and live. Don't be buying some bullshit that has a low ROI, return on investment. Think to yourself, before you buy something, is it worth it in the sense of, does this make me look better, feel better? Does this give me experience? Does this help my business? Am I building up my brand, my self-image? Am I investing on myself? Long-term, is it worth it? Those are the lessons I want you to understand, and you'll do amazing.